Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here for the start of the penultimate game. Falcon College against Peterhouse. Peterhouse will be bowling. And Falcon, two batsmen taking their guard. Great excitement here the last game. Reiterated, Hellenic won the game on the last ball. When Tukuzwa and Duku, who was in fine form, was trying to loft the ball over the fielder's head. A one run would have ended in a draw, would have been a 1 over each. And in comes the bowler for Peterhouse. Bowls the first ball, shouldered away by the Falcon batsman. And the innings is underway. But well done to Hellenic, going through the tournament unbeaten so far. And if the previous record goes sitting to buy, we should have a final with Peterhouse playing Hellenic in the final. However, Falcon from Bulawayo have travelled a long way. They've come here to prove a point. In comes Ananaka. Bowls the ball over pitched, and that's swung away. And that's going to be 4 runs. Bad ball, over pitched, just down the leg, and swung away for 4 runs. To Nathaniel. Batsman on Nathaniel. Nathaniel and Neil Rosenfels. Akanaka bowled well in the last game. Took a couple of quick wickets. As in comes Akanaka, gets the wicket. That's an attempt to swing the ball away. Umpire walks away. Not interested in that. Just hold this.
Good start here for Falcon. Batsman tries to drive it. A little too far for him. That's a dot ball. Dot ball. Nathaniel H, 4 from 3. Nathaniel started well here. But the bowlers brought it back. Full ball, blocked. Blocked. Bowlers really brought it back, yeah. Nathaniel H started well. Slowed down a bit, the bowlers brought it back. Score still 4 for no loss in the first over. It's another block, another dot ball. So 4 runs in the end from that over. 4 runs for no loss after the first over.
Got a surprise in store for you. We got a legend of Zimbabwe cricket, Andy Blucknote, come to just say a few words and give a bit of commentary. Andy, the last game was an nail-biter. Unfortunate for St. John's, fell at the last hurdle. Your thoughts on the game and the strength of the Zimbabwe schoolboy cricket?
Yes, Graham, yeah, I think it was a wonderful game of cricket. We had got some early wickets from Hellenic early on, and then they managed to put some partnerships and created a total. And then St. John's lost early wickets as well. And again, we had a great fight back, which really is what cricket's all about. You know, we're always interested in the fight, in the fight of the person. So yeah, it's been really exciting. You know, looking at the pitches, you know, there's something in it. If you put the ball in the right area, which is, you know, what bowlers need to be doing, is not really trying to bowl wicket-taking deliveries, but just putting the ball in the area that makes it uncomfortable. And also some of the fields, there have been shorter boundaries, and so the batsmen have to learn to target those. So it's been good. There's been a wide spectrum of pieces of the game that one can practice. But yes, going through all these stages that we've done, Zimbabwe cricket looking very good. The schoolboys, there's an immense amount of talent out there. And again, it's always going to be about how we nurture that and manage it going forward.
Yeah, fantastic. And Falcon are at 9 for no wicket in the second over. But Andy, from a position of being an a cricketer, played for Zimbabwe, played for your country, having two twins in the same team, how do you handle as a father dealing that the loss and the ups and the downs? That's punched over the bowler. Just going to be an easy single, takes the score up to 10. Andy, how do you cope with that as a parent and trying to lift them up and say it's only a game?
Yes, I don't know. It's I think I need to go and see a psychologist as well. But no, generally, I think in every sport, these are the challenges, and all these boys are young and are on the learning curve. So whatever we do, and the words of encouragement is what we need to look at. Of course, there's some obvious technical stuff that one has to look at, but it's going to be encouragement all the way. Right, Peterhouse, good shot there, back foot drive through the covers there, and Falcon making some early boundaries here. So it'll be another great game here.
Well, thanks, Andy. Chatunga, you're a fast bowler. Andy, do you remember Andy from playing cricket? Yeah, I think your fastest ball was around about 150, Andy. Why is it we just not seeing that type of ball speed coming out of the young talent? What is it? Is it in the training? Is it in the physical ability? How do we get to that?
Yes, a good question. I did see once 153 something, so we had some lucky times, but there's a combination of things. You need some athleticism, you need some flexibility. So again, I think there is ability to bowl speed. I mean, fast twitch fibers, people have got those ingredients. Perhaps we just need some guys taking on a handful of these potential quicks and really working on them. Sometimes nutrition comes into play. You need strength. But generally, I find that, you need a combination of quite a good run-up, get some good momentum going, and then obviously with the right action. So, yeah, definitely a lot of talent to work with, even in the spin department. But yeah, we just need to harvest the talent and work with them.
Thank you, Andy. Chatunga, you got a future in cricket, 6'4". I think you need to set a goal. I'll set you a challenge. Yeah, we'll talk afterwards. We need. Anyway, back to the cricket. Falcon now sitting at 15 without loss. Into the third over. Nathaniel on 9. Neil Rosenfeld on 6. Pitched up, attempted. Not sure what that was. Through to the wicketkeeper. Winner of this game goes through, to my understanding, to face Hellenic in the final. Peterhouse unbeaten. I think Falcon might have lost 1 or 2. What was evident is players coming out of the rugby season, going straight into cricket, that change of the physical side of it, the training, the technique. And after a successful rugby season, obviously you're wanting to get off to a fast start in cricket.
Yes, definitely a lot of rustiness there. But again, it's great to have this tournament now, get a lot of the rust out, so that for our the main term, that the guys are a bit more on song and with it. But yeah, I mean, we need to carry over same sort of aggression that we find in rugby. The batsmen, I like to see aggressive batsmen, and I like to see aggressive bowlers. So there are aspects of both of those games that we need to put together. End of the day, he's got the biggest fight, is going to win. And so I think both sports lend themselves to that. Right, Peterhouse again, finding a great length, but looks like Rosenfeld gets an outside edge and flies past the short third man there for a boundary. again, it's going to be about how many balls they put in the right area here, you know. A bit of patience on both sides, patience on the bowler. I know it's T20, but there's still some certain basics that you can't get away from.
Certainly, Andy, and just looking at the first day on Friday, I was watching, I won't mention names because it's over and done with, but just the number of wides and no balls and overthrows and drop catches. If there's anything to come out of this tournament, is the coaches need to work on the fielding. And that concentrating the bowlers, putting down a line and length. There's no excuse, especially for a spin bowler, to be bowling no balls. Obviously, with a bit of crosswind, bowlers, there was a bit of movement early on with the ball swinging and moving it off the pitch. But I think at one stage, the one bowler had 8 wides in 1 over, opening the bowling for St. George's. So I suppose it's down to concentration. And you're a bowler, you're a fast bowler. How do you lift yourself up and trying to say line and length?
I think there will be an element of concentration, but I'd probably go a step back into technical stuff. You know, that bowler, the question would be, how many balls have you bowled prior to the tournament? Because your mind being in one place is good, or being in the correct place is good, but you can't cheat technique, you know. Technique's got to be there, and then obviously the positive thinking is there. But yes, I mean, between the wides and even the no balls, if you look at how many runs go off that extra ball, it really makes a big difference between winning and losing, especially in the tighter games. Ooh, Peterhouse come in with a, I don't know if the umpires call a no ball there above the waist. It's punched out to deep cover. Free hit coming up. Good opportunity for Mr. Rosenfels here. Can hit the ball big, but a big field as well. But the opportunity's there, and let's see Ryan Moyle, who's he's just under 16, but it's a big, what a way to bowl the free hit. Bowls the young man, but obviously not out, and they scamper through for a single. But got away with that one there.
I look at the Irish way, and I suppose the batsman's got his mind up, he's going to hit it no matter what, so he knows he's not going to be out. But yeah, great to see schoolboy cricket alive and well in these future generations. And Zim cricket, after the inaugural, or the second time they've had the pre-qualifiers for the World Cup, disappointed again for Zimbabwe, but a lot to show and a lot of great talent coming up. With Davy Houghton as a coach and Dirk Viljoen as the general manager of Zimbabwe cricket, we're in good stead, and hopefully some of these players will see themselves playing for their country in the future.
That's batsman's prodded that away to mid-wicket for no run. Yes, definitely. If we look at the graph, we've had a good upward on the graph in the last year or so. Fantastic job being done by those in charge, and ultimately, you know, for me, I just want to see a lot of cricket being played, and strong cricket. You know, Moyo back. Oh, Moyo, another no ball there, but it's dispatched beautifully by young Nathaniel. Just one bounce before it goes over the ropes there, but Falcon capitalizing on the no ball. Another free hit now. I don't know what happens if there's now two no balls, and is there a point where they say you can't bowl anymore?
Yeah, schoolwork cricket's crazy. These youngsters, they've got eagerness. He is under 16. He's playing in a high-pressure cauldron game. But yeah, it's something that I would say if coaches, the batting looks pretty solid, what I've seen generally. Yeah, so that's the second. So a great comment there, Andy. Bowler two no balls in an over, and bowler's got to change. Good to see some discipline coming in.
Well, that's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons in terms of your program. This is my bowling lineup now. Mr. Moyo, after 3 balls, is not able to bowl anymore. So Peterhouse now is going to have to dig, and they might have to, I'm not sure what the exact rules are in this tournament for that. So it'll be interesting to see what the umpires having a bit of a discussion out there.
But is it a punishment to take him off? Because if he's doing that and giving free hits, Falcon should welcome him to carry on bowling.
I think you have to look at the safety aspect, and I think that's why that clause is in play. Is if it's deemed dangerous, and then perhaps it's if you can't control it, you're going to be deemed a bit dangerous. Anyway, another free hit, and Ooh, Falcon have a big heave to the leg side and inside edges it past the short third man, and that runs for 4. So the no ball went for 4. The free hit goes for 4, and not a bad way to get 8 runs on the board.
Score jumps up to 33 without loss. Into the 4th over. What are your thoughts as a fast bowler? A comment about the number of no balls and wides. You're a bowler. You played this tournament last year for St. George's. Just right, bowler comes into bowl, punched out into covers, fielded quite comfortably there. No addition to the score. What do you feel about it? I mean, did you see that come into the game?
I think for me personally, I was really particular in how I trained in regards to no balls, because a lot of fast bowlers, they tend to overstep in training. They don't really think about it, and then it creeps into the game. And so I personally just try to make sure that I stayed behind the line.
That's another 4 runs to Falcon. Score goes up to 37. Loose bowling by Peterhouse. I think under feeling the pressure, they've gone through the tournament pretty unfazed. Now they're playing against what they would deem as the unfancied team. Falcon, no disrespect to Falcon, but pressure's on Peterhouse, and they've got to pull this together. Falcon are going to get a run away if they carry on with this. Score's going to run away a bit.
I just want to come back to that point about the no balls. I mean, ultimately for the bowler, a lot of stuff is about muscle memory. So if you in the nets and stuff are bowling no balls, and you're training your muscles in a certain manner, well then how do you fix that come game time and you have to bowl an extra foot behind? Because your muscles know what they have to do without your brain thinking. So this is, I mean, and all players who've been in the nets, we all do it, and we all get a bit lazy and that, but it is for the fast bowler, and in today's day and age, the competition is stiff. You got to stick to those disciplines. Otherwise, there is no shortcut around that.
So we now go into the 5th over. Akanaka's back at strike. Just want to thank Andy Blicknote for coming into commentary box, just giving a brief. Give your sons our condolences. It's another day, and the season's long. We'll be sure to be watching. We're sure to be watching some more cricket. That's flashed away into the covers. Attempted catch, and again the fielder. This fielding is very loose from Peterhouse. But thanks, Andy. Appreciate it, buddy. Stay safe.
Right, thanks very much for having me and listening to my 5 cents. But yes, very exciting out here, guys. Tune into the streaming. If you're not here, a lot to watch, and enjoy your day.
Cheers, Andy. Well, that was a privilege to have Andy Blicknote, father of the 2 boys in the St. John's team. Youngsters still, I think, under 16. The future for St. John's cricket is very bright. Akanaka comes into bowl again. Wide ball. Excuse me. Wide ball. Pressure's on. Peterhouse are feeling the pressure. The informed team along with Hellenic. And we're seeing basic mistakes being made in the field with the bowling. Young Ryan Moyer stopped from bowling because of 2 no balls and 1 over. Being deemed to be above waist level. Danger to the batsman. Nathaniel on 22 from 16 and Neil Rosenfeld 13 from 11. Akanaka comes in again. That's lofted. It's squirmed off the bat over the fielder's head. It's going to be running towards the boundary. 2 fielders chasing. And that should be safely home. Was that 2 or 3? That's 2 run to Falcon. Should take the score up to 40. 42 without loss. Remember watching Andy Blicknote playing for Zimbabwe at the strength when Zimbabwe had Heath Streak, Andy Blicknote, Travis Friend, and that's pitched up and straight to the fielder. That must have been a bum ball. Must have hit the ground first. Score stays on 42 without loss. And was that out? Okay, it seemed to, the reaction didn't seem to be that positive. After Peterhouse, what they've been through, I would have imagined seeing the Hellenic celebration, I would have thought they would have been running to see them. But anyway, it's the loss of the first wicket for Falcon. Bit of confirmation, 42 for 1. And a wicket for Akanaka.
Yeah, Peterhouse really needed that wicket. Didn't start that great, but they're right back in it now. It's always good to have a new bowler in as a bowling side. New batsman in, sorry. Score now 40 for 1. Pressure now back on Falcon. 3 balls left in the over. The bowler now has free rein to put even more pressure now on Falcon. Peterhouse really need to lift themselves up. It's a very important game for them. Really? Good. Really need energy out in the field here. We saw how much good that did for Hellenic. Now, Peterhouse need to do the same and galvanize their fielding side and back themselves. New batsman in, Brandon Dueni. And that's wide. Poor start. Still has 3 balls left in the over. It's been quite a chaotic day of cricket here. We saw how exciting that Hellenic and John's game was. Now 2 quality sides in Peterhouse and Falcon. Flicks it on. Once the single doesn't get it, that's a dot ball. It's becoming quite evident now that a good power play is quite crucial to the game. Falcon are 1 down, but still can do quite well. 5th over of the game. The bowler runs in now. Drives it through the gap. For 1 though. Has a sweep out in the deep, so that's 1 run. 1 ball left in the over. Scores up to 42 now for 1.
Yeah, I remember watching Andy Blicknout with his streak, Trevor's friend. All at their peak as all-rounders, and then young Sean Irvin. Over-pitched, but wide. Batsman goes on his knee to try and play the shot, but no addition to the score. End of the 5th over, score 42 for 1. Zimbabwe had Heath Streak as an opening bowler, but all-rounder. Andy Blicknout opening at the other end, bowling an average 145. And some swing bowling going in between. Having a bit of a slight break. Batsman's going out to maybe change, get a helmet, or get something to drink. It's definitely looking for a helmet. Wicketkeeper, is a bit confusing. Everybody's in blue. The darker, more navy blue darker royal blue from Falcon. But Peterhouse are facing a bit of pressure. You know, their bowling is the sort of slackest I've seen it of all the games they played. Bit of pressure now. Falcon are put themselves in a good position. Projected score 180, 160 odd. And that's crashed over down towards the boundary. Fielder comes in, throws the ball into wicket. Great throw. Nice arm from that young lad. Simbarashi in his 2nd over. Dort for 12 so far. Falcon College 43 for 1. Oh, that batsman puts his foot to the ball. Ball goes past the bat into the wicket's gloves. Bit of a crowd build-up here. Cars coming in, people are coming, probably heard on the live feed, word of mouth that there's some great cricket, great atmosphere. Great sunshine. Simbarashi pitched it up, flashed, bowler. And now it's a dropped catch, an absolute sitter. Absolute sitter. Oh my goodness. As a bowler, you ask the fielder to put in all the effort he can to catch the ball. You couldn't have an easier catch than that. What a chance for Nathaniel. Dropped on 22. Nathaniel comes in again, bowls the ball. Straight back to the bowler. Looking at the fielder again and said, how did you manage that? No wasting time. Simbarashi bowls. Back past the edge of the bat. Going to be one. They're definitely going to come back for the second. Throw is low. Into the wicket gloves. Score goes up to 45. One ball left in the over. But Falcon got away with that one. Captain of Peterhouse is going to have to get the troops together and have a talk with him. Keep your heads up. Watch the ball. Fantastic display of catching in the previous game from both sides, even though there were a couple of drop catches. And that's the end of the over. After 6 overs, 45 for 1. 4 extras. Pick of the bowlers so far. Well, there hasn't really been any at this stage. Only 1 wicket down. But all to play for.
That's a bit of a mixed bag of a start from both teams, yeah. House has had some good chances, created some good chances, dropped a couple. Have had only the 1 wicket to show for it. Falcon, on the other hand, have put away some good balls, but would want to elevate the levels now. That's a full toss, but it's straight up. Who's under it? And they catch it this time. Not the greatest ball in the world, but they create their own luck and they catch the ball this time. 2 down now. Falcon College. Ball should have been put away. It wasn't. And that's another loss for Falcon College. Again, Falcon really wanted to get a move on, had the perfect opportunity to do so. Got the perfect ball, but didn't put it away. Brings in a new batsman now. Again, pressure's now on Falcon. The bowler might be thinking, wasn't the greatest ball in the world, but should take the confidence from the wicket. Should take it into the rest of this over. Should also have the joy of knowing the bowling to a new batsman, which is always fun for a pace bowler. So the bowler walks back to his mark. See the new batsman come inside. It's really important now that Peterhouse support the bowlers now, creating good chances out in the field. They just need to take the catches. Put the bad catches behind them, put the drops behind them, pick themselves up like they've done now, and should keep it going. New batsman now, Dylan Dringa. Starts off with a drive. Gets a single, straight off the mark. Brings back Nathaniel H. on strike. Akanaka S. creating good chances, pitching it up. Not much pace on it, but putting it into good areas. Nathaniel H. going well. 24 off 22 balls. Another full one. Good cover drive to sweeper. That'll be 1 run. 1 run. Falcon doing a good job of keeping the scoreboard ticking here. If you can't get the boundaries, it's very important that you rotate strike. Relieves the pressure off you and puts the pressure onto the bowlers. That's exactly what's happening now. It's a good reaction after that wicket from both the batsmen. And it's guided down. They get the run for it. Again, good strike rotation. This is good work from Falcon College. Just making sure that they are constantly rotating strike. Nathaniel H on strike again. On 25 now. You'd like to think he's set himself now. Like to think he can take Falcon to a good score here. Another full ball. Another drive towards sweeper. That's another run. Good game management all round. Akanaka is pitching it up. Not much bounce. Don't think there's much movement too. But is doing the job thus far. One ball left in the over. Falcon College off 49 for 2 now. Little tweaks and changes to the last ball of the over. We all know it can be a very dangerous one. Slow one. And they get it through for yet another single. So that's the over. 50 up for Falcon College now. 50 for 2 after 7 overs. Decent start, but still more to do here.
Going into the 8th over now. Falcon 50 for 2. Akanaka finished his bowling spell, 2 for 20 from 4 overs. Dylan Zienga is on 3 after 3 balls. Nathaniel 26 on 24. Played off the toes there, straight to the fielder, easy single. Score goes on to 51. Definitely the crowd's growing. Easy Sunday, people getting up after having breakfast and coming down to watch some cricket. Final should be an absolute thriller. Going by form, it should be Peterhouse playing Hellenic in the final. Sean Bennett's the bowler. Went to his 3rd ball, tosses it up. Square cut that past the fielder, misfielding again. Coming back for 2. And this is a side that I haven't seen yet of Peterhouse. The misfielding, under pressure, come into this game as favourites. And Falcon are putting on a great show. I would imagine get to 10 overs, probably have 70 on the board, somewhere around there. You're looking at a target of 150, 160, and that's cutaway. It's going to race to the boundary. Field is chasing after it. It's going to be a tight finish, but the ball's going to stop short. They're coming around for 3. It's a comfortable 3 runs for Falcon. So 7 boundaries so far on the match, all 4s. That's cut away again, straight to the fielder, no run. Scoring 55 for 2, last ball of the over. Pitched up and that's hooked around the corner, pulled around the corner, and that's going to run for 4. Expensive over from Sean Bennett. Score goes on to 59. Nathaniel Mbalangana on 30 from 27 and Dylan Nyenzenga on 8 from 6. Now I know where they put Nathaniel H. rather than pronounce the surname for us English-speaking commentators. So that's the end of 8 overs, score 59 for 2. Current run rate 7.38. New bowler coming on. By the looks of it, it's young Govin. He's bowled really well in the previous 2 games. Nice, gentle, medium pace. Bit of movement with the ball. Nathaniel to face. Comes Govin, bowled it to him. Plays it off the back foot into the covers. Easy single. Takes the score to 60. Govin comes in again. That's over pitched and punched through, but fielded that point, cover point. Daniel Govin in his first over, as mentioned, played really well the last 2 days. Daniel comes in, straight, almost carbon copy of the previous ball, straight back to fielder. This is sort of the crucial next 4 overs. Falcon College try and make sure they don't lose any more wickets. And Peterhouse obviously trying to stem the run rate so they can be set to target that's not too far out of reach. It's over pitch, slower ball, punch too long on. And they come back for the second. And that's easy 2 runs. 3 runs from the over so far. Score on 62 for 2. Into the 9th over. Daniel Govin over the wicket. Batsman punches the ball back to the bowler. One more ball to come in the over. It's nice to see the crowd filling up. Looking around all the corporate tents, there's people on all areas of the ground. I say it's a great day to come and watch some cricket. Daniel Govin coming into bowl, gives to the wicket, and that's turned around the corner, but doesn't go anywhere. Wicket keeper gathers the ball. End of the 9th over, scores 62 for 2. Dylan Zenga on 10, and Neil Rosenfeld, and Nathaniel on 31.
So it's 62 for 2 after 9 overs. Sean Bennett is back after an expensive first over. He's hoping to rectify that now. Puts flight on it. Batsman gets a single. Hit toward long on region. Sean Bennett, quite a good customer last year. I remember facing him, struggled quite a bit. Has deceptive pace, speeds it up, slows it down. That's another flick onto the leg side, another single. Again, at his best, he can be extremely dangerous, Sean Bennett. Hasn't had a great start of things, but is rectifying it in this over. 2 singles off 2 balls. It's another dot ball. So doing well so far. Nathaniel H, 32 off 30 runs. Has really gotten into this innings. Want to get a big one here. Given width, cut to the offside, and that's 4 runs. That's an amazing shot by Nathaniel H. Was provided the width, got a short ball, and put it away. Bad ball from Sean Bennett. Can't ball there. Gave him width, length, and was dealt with accordingly. Puts a little bit more flight into it this time around, and is rewarded for it with a dot ball. So, last ball of the over, 68 for 2. That's a full toss, and will it be put away? Stopped in the deep there. Something should have gone for 6 there. Another full toss, but gets away with it. 69 for 2 now after 10 overs.
So that's the halfway mark in the Falcon innings. Predicted score based on that is 138. Current run rate 6.9. But just a shout out to Sandsport for covering these games and bringing live school sports to the country and to Zimbabweans living all over the world. Screening into their home nation, watching the talent that's on display. Just log on to the Sandsport Live and just post a comment. You know what you're thinking about the cricket, about the commentary. Darneen Govin comes again. Slower ball pitched up, just eked out into, I suppose, a bit of a wide gully. Just a single. Score goes on to 70. If you're in Zimbabwe, just come and watch. Come in Harare, come and watch the live. I believe in 3 weeks' time there's a St. John's 2020 competition, chance to these teams to meet again and face new challenges. Daniel Govin comes, pitches up, slashed away through mid-wicket. Fielder descending on the ball and just 1 run. Oh, well, that's a shocking overthrow. 3 fielders backing up to stop that ball. Young lad doesn't realize how strong his arm is. So into the second over for Daniel Govin. 71 for 2 is the score. Nathaniel on strike, 38 from 34 balls. In comes Govin, punched away again. Seems to be his favorite shot, off the back foot and just punching the ball. I suppose you describe Daniel Govin as a gentle medium pace. Nothing more than that, but gets quite good flight and length. Comes in again over the arm, pitches it, does his own fielding. Batsmen are hesitant where to go for a run, a wise decision. That would have been a clear run out. See the crowd in the Cabs tent, a bit of social activity going on there. Drinks are flowing, atmosphere is flowing. People, it's a good time to be alive. Daniel Govin comes in again, gets the wicket, bowls a ball, slower ball. Batsman thinking about it, but no run. Quickly getting through the 11th over. Score still stands at 71 for 2. 26 from 28 runs is the ownership. 26 from 28 balls. Sounds like Oliver Mutukuzi playing in the background, legend of Zimbabwe music. Govin, and that's played into the covers, fielded, left arm by Simbarashi. The ball's whipped into the wicket, and that's the end now of the 11th over, 72 for 2. Akanaka Sachinkonye, 2 for 20 or 4. Simbarashi Madimu, 0 for 14 from 2 overs. So we got start of the 12th over. 9 overs to go. I would have projected score. I would imagine Falcon looking at 150 and above. Anything less than that would probably do injustice to the solid start they've had. Sean Bennett comes in, ball slashed away through the covers, fielder coming in. Good throw into the bowler. Sean Bennett stands aside, doesn't want to get his hands damaged. Score goes on to 73 for 2. Sean Bennett again. Dylan just plays the ball back to the bowler. And yeah, shout out to Sandsport. If you anywhere, you go onto their website, Facebook Live, YouTube, post a comment, let us know the feedback. I know they're going to be covering a lot of cricket and other sports going into the summer. 74 for 2. Sean Bennett comes in, tosses the ball up. Bit of a strange shot, bit of nowhere. Ball went through to the wicketkeeper. Watch in the comfort of your home, on your TV, on your laptop, on your phone. Get live feed. Again, slashed away through the covers to the fielder. Another single. Score goes on to 75. Partnership 30 from 34 balls. Sean Bennett comes in again, toss that up, and that's lofted over the bowler. Fielder coming in. Great, valiant attempt. Stops the ball going for 4. Great fielding there by Peterhouse. The umpire is just confirming. And the fielder, very sportsmanship, has indicated there was 4 runs. Takes the score into 79. And that's the end now, the 12th over. So end now the 12th over, 79 for 2. I hand over to my associate. Chisango, who's going to now take over the next over.
Falcon are 79 for 2 here after 12. Still plenty of time to score some runs. Panache coming back into the attack. Starts off with a short one. It's a nice backward drive to the deep. That's 1 run. Panache starting off with a bit of a loosener. Not much pace behind it either. Dylan on strike. Another short one. And this time is to the deep. And that's a brilliant catch in the deep. Deep square running, cutting it off. And that's an amazing catch. Contrast to some of catches we've seen today. That was a brilliant one in the deep. Got into a great position. Got around to it. Great hands. That's what the bowling side needs here. Falcon are 3 wickets down now, sorry. Because of that. Batsman was going well, but fell to the hands of a brilliant catch in the deep. Again, Peterhouse need to help their bowlers out, and they did so on that occasion. Pressure's now back on Falcon College here with a great catch in the deep. Panache's short ball rewarded. And he goes again. 4 balls left in the over. He's gone for 1 run. He has a wicket. His tail is up. And he brings a new batsman onto the crease. Falcon want to start scoring soon here. But I have a feeling new batsmen want to get a feel of it. See the first ball, good Yorker. Doesn't go anywhere. Panache's tail is up now with a surprise fuller ball after those first 2 balls of the over. Zach Gova, the new batsman. Current run rate 6.4. Tries to cut it away, but straight to the fielder. More pressure being added here. 3 dots now. Pressure mounting on the Falcon side. 2 balls left in the over. Zach Gova hasn't got off the mark yet. This is a good position to be in if you're a Peterhouse fan. Bit more pace on that one. Pull the length back just a bit. That's another dot ball. Zach Gova struggling to get off the mark. Dot balls are rising, as I'm sure you've heard. Last ball of the over. What's Zach Gova going to do? He's going to go for a big one. Panache F has really helped his side here with a really crucial over. 1 run off it so far. 1 ball to go. And he pulls it into the pitch again. Cut away nicely, but straight to the fielder. That's 1 run. So that takes the score to 81 for 3 after 13 overs. Panache with a great over there. Pulling his side right back into the game. It's a beautiful day here at St. George's College. Sun's out. And there's obviously the pull of amazing cricket here. So if you're in the area, please do come along. Zach Gova struggled to get off the mark, but Nathaniel H is now on strike. Hopefully he can bring that run rate to where it should be for Falcon College, yeah. Sean Bennett back into the attacking lineup. Oh, starts off with a great ball. Bit of flight. Bit of drift as well. Starts off with a dot ball. Zach Gova on strike. Hits it towards the offside. Fielder stops it. Batsmen get back comfortably for 2. So just need a bit more consistency here from Sean Bennett. Zach Gova on strike once again. Tries to heave it towards the leg side. Does so. Straight to cow corner. Only for a single. So the Falcon run rate has slowed right down here. It's now currently 6.22, which is not ideal. It's another good ball from Sean Bennett. Pressure mounting now for Falcon College. Maybe they're in a bit of a reset. That previous over dealt quite a lot of damage to them. And it's another dot ball. Dot balls are mounting now for Falcon College. Sean Bennett doing the business for them here. Last ball of the over. Tried to swim it to long on. Gets a 1 for it. That takes the score to 85 for 3 after 14. Nathaniel on 43 off 45. Probably the only hope to score some big ones. Falcon now deliberating what they should do. Under a bit of bother here. 85 for 3 after 14. Need to get a move on. Peterhouse have done well in the last couple of overs, and it's really brought them back into the game.
Yeah, thanks. Bit of a break there. Falcon 85 for 3 into the 15th over. Peterhouse brought this game back very nicely after a very unstable patch. That's punched. An excellent stop in the at cover, extra cover. Played the ball. Wheel it back to the bowler. Panache F is the bowler. Panache comes in, right arm over, and that's slapped away to long on coming off the boundary. I know it's my day playing cricket at school and the club. We were primed ourselves for throwing the ball right into the wickies gloves, right above the stumps. Nowadays it tends to be throw the ball so it one bounce into the wickies gloves. Whichever works, I suppose. Panache comes in, right arm over, and that's gets the inside edge and down to the boundary. That's going to run away to third man for 4. Score now goes on to 91. 91 for 3. Falcon setting themselves up for a nice onslaught in the last 5 overs. Nathaniel is on 48 from 47. Will be well-deserved 50 should he get there. Don't want to put the commentator's curse. Panache comes in. And that's a good ball, but punched out, and that's going to be 1. They're going to look at 2. They're coming back for the second. There's going to be a tight throw here. Misses the stumps. And that's 50 runs for Nathaniel. He raised his bat to the crowd. Acknowledgement to his teammates. We've seen 2 wonderful innings. One for St. John's. 68 from 67 balls from Takadzwa. And now Nathaniel 50 for Falcon from 48 balls. And putting them in a strong position for a launch going to these last 5 overs. That's a good ball, played off his legs. That's going to race to the boundary. Great shot, but again, coming back for 2. Score goes up to 95. And Nathaniel's got seeing this ball now the size of a rugby ball. Now I understand why they were practicing with a rugby ball. Because when you see the ball like you're seeing it, it's as if you're playing a rugby ball. Panache comes in, right arm over. That's pitched up. Extra cover picks up the ball, and that's the end now of the 15th over. 5 overs to go. We got Nathaniel not out on 52, strike rate 104. Zach Glover not out on 5. I estimate, for what I'm seeing now with wickets in hand, I think Falcon should be aiming at 150 minimum.
Yeah, Falcon really need 5 big overs here. We saw in the previous game, St. John's didn't have a great start, but just 1 or 2 big overs put them right back into the game. So Falcon need those 1 or 2 big overs now. Zach Gover on strike. Simba Bowling is back into the attack. And it's a big heave. Misses the stumps. They scurry through for a single. It was a bias. But that puts Nathaniel H back on strike, which is what Falcon would want at this moment in time. Bit of flight provided here by Simbarashe M. Nathaniel could use that to his advantage. It's a sweep down. It's deep square. It's another single. Falcon are dealing singles at the moment, but they do need boundaries soon. It's another cut shot, but it doesn't go through, and that's a dot ball. More pressure put on Falcon College now. Zach Gover really needs to help his teammate on the other end. It's another one. It's another dot ball. More pressure. Gover 5 off 11 now. It's a big heave, and he misses it completely, and that's another wicket for Peterhouse. We've seen what pressure can do here. Gover felt it, had a big heave to the leg side, missed it completely. Falcon College are 4 down now. 1 ball left in the over. New batsman to come in. You really feel Nathaniel H has to put the onus on himself to score some big runs here. New batsman inside, which is always good news for a bowling side, especially at this point in the game. They want that new batsman to face as many balls as possible. Again, 1 ball left in the over. Scores 97 for 4. Simbarashi M with 1 ball left to go in the over. Falcon haven't passed that 100-run barrier yet. You'd think that at this point they might reach 130 if they're lucky. Benjamin Williams, the new batsman, to the crease. Flicks it on, but doesn't get a run for it. So after 16, Falcon are 97 for 4.
Yeah, the Falcon have got this game to win or lose. The next 4 overs is going to set a target, a very strong Peterhouse batting lineup. But what I've seen so far, Simbarashi has put his name in the hat for one of the contention players of the tournament. Opening bat looks very solid and very consistent bowler. All-rounder. Very impressed with him. And obviously Nathaniel H has stood out, and so it's Takundwa playing for St. John. So some standout players. And in the bowling, obviously Luke van Sale with his 3 quick wickets in 1 over. I'm hearing of a century in the game with St. George's College. In comes Daniel Govin. Bowls it short. It's pulled around the corner. They're going to get 1 run. They're thinking of 2, but good arm on the fielder there. And it just restricts it to 1. Score goes on to 98. Benjamin Williams is on strike. Nathaniel's moved on to 54 from 52 balls. And Daniel Govan, slight build young man, gets the wicket, bowls the ball. Punched. Extra cover, picks up the ball. Just a bit of movement to the field. Govan comes in to bowl over the wicket. Bit of a flighted ball, that lofted in the air, field underneath it. And a fantastic catch taken by the number 12 for Peterhouse. An example of how catching should be done, looking up into the sun, kept eyes on the ball, brought the ball into his chest. That's Falcon now losing another wicket at a crucial time. Just watching the replay again, the technique of the catching was very good. That's the 5th wicket down now for Falcon. Nathaniel stays at the crease. He's there. He's probably going to bat right through the innings. It'll be the 2nd innings in a row, virtually with the opening batsmen virtually batted right through. Last one is the St. John's opening batsman. Batted right through to the last ball when he was out. Daniel Govin picks up his 1st wicket in his 3rd over. Huggins Machaka is the new batsman, and that's lofted away. Fielded by the fielder at long off. Fielded, and that was a golden opportunity. Golden opportunity to get a run out. Wicketkeeper's got his gloves on his head in wonder as to what happened there. In comes Galvin. Gets the wicket, bowls the ball, short pitch, and that's hooked around the corner. Fielder comes in, excellent attempt to catch the ball. That's thrown into the bowler's side, backed up by the fielder. What a fantastic attempt to stop the ball there. A mix between a catch and stopping the ball going for 4. Ball is skirted out. Just to a short square leg. And that's the end now of the 17th over. Score 102 now for 5. Anaka Sachikonya 2 for 20. Simbarashi Dumo 1 for 15. Panashi Fantisa 1 for 20. Have to say they're very fast. Now going to the last 3 overs. Projected score should be around about 125. We don't have those stats. Just doing a rough graphic. I noticed that World Cup coming up in India. I know some of the nations are selecting their squads. Interesting to see who's in and who's left out. One noticeable team missing is Zimbabwe, obviously. We all know why. And that's Panashi F plays the ball straight to the fielder, batsman, and that's the end now of Nathaniel. Batted very well. Played the ball, was off balance, and the ball looped up and was taken by the fielder. Taken by the fielder at a very short, fine leg. Short, fine leg or a deep gully, I'm not sure which one. But easily taken. That's the end of the 6th wicket for Falcon. Pressure is on. All they need to do is keep their head, try and work out what they can put on the board to give Peterhouse a target to work to. New batsman starting out to the crease. Huggins Machaka looks like quite a well-built young lad. Not seen the Falcon outfit bowl yet, so interested to see how that goes. And shout out to the captain who put the fielder in that position, take the cash. Bradley Wenzel's the new batsman. Takes the strike. And Panashi comes in after taking a 2nd wicket. Bowls the ball, that's squirted away, down to fine leg. Picks up the ball, throws it in. Just a single, score goes up to 103. Bradley Wenzel's off the mark, first ball. In comes Panashi, gets the wicket, bowls the ball, short pitch, and hooked away. That's squirmed away off the bat, it's going to run, fielder gets in, they're going to come back for 2. Great throw back into the bowler. Precious runs for Falcon as they look to set a target that will give their bowlers a chance to bowl at. Panashi comes in again, bowls to Gumachaku, lofts the ball. Fielder coming in. Another 2 runs. Very comfortable 2 runs. Quite an action over. We've had a couple of really quiet overs. Peterhouse taking a couple of wickets. Falcon are 5 runs off the over so far. Panashi, long run up, gets the wicket. That's on centre stump, but played out, punched out to the deep, and just an easy single. Score 107 for 6, 108 for 6. Should be a couple of balls left in the over. Panashi comes in. Ball's punched out. Fielder has attempted the stumps. Great fielding there. But the batsman in good time. And that's the end of now the 18th over. 2 overs to go. 125 looks probably the most achievable score. Daniel Govan, 1 for 11. Was impressed with his bowling. He's got to bowling his last over now. Panache, 2 for 27 off his 4 overs. Hopefully you're going to have a sizable crowd watching the final. Hellenic and whoever is going to play against them. Govan comes in, slower ball, punched out into the covers. Fielder coming in. Score goes up to 110.
Peterhouse have really done well in tightening the run rate. Another slow ball from Gova. Goes to the leg side. Sure, that'll be another single. Again, Peterhouse have taken a couple of crucial catches. That's proved to change the game. Current run rate 6.05 for Falcon. That's another dot ball. So Falcon just struggling to keep the scoreboard ticking, yeah? They really need to get a move on now. 19th over of the game. Fuller ball from Gova. It's a shout, and it's given. Probably a little feather on the ball. Tried to drive it to the offside. Didn't make the contact he wanted. And that's great work from the keeper there to catch that one. And that's another wicket down for Falcon. Great bowling all round. Gova just tempting the batsman. Batsman took the bait, and he's out. If we just look at it again, really slow ball. Batsman didn't step to it, played it with his hands, got a feather on it. And that's great work by the keeper. So a new batsman comes onto the pitch. Looks like a big hitter. 2 balls left in this over. It's only gone for 2. So not much to work with for Falcon at the moment. 111 for 7. It's another slow one by Gova. Hit to the leg side. That'll be 1 more. So 1 ball to go in the over. Falcon on 112. They'll do well to get to 120, 125. And Peterhouse will back themselves to chase that down. It's another slow one. It's hit towards long off. And it goes over his head. A clean hit over long off for a 6. Good shot. Gave it flight. And it went the distance. 6 runs. Much needed from Falcon College. They really needed that. So now we go on to the last over of the innings. Score up to 118 now for 7. Falcon, at this moment in time, don't have many runs to work with. Only 118. And for a very destructive Peterhouse side, you'd have to assume that's easy pickings for them. It's the last over of the innings. Falcon really need some big runs to get a competitive score here. And Simbarashi comes back to bowl the last over of the innings. Starts off with a short one. Batsman gets lucky, but it only goes for a single. Score up to 119 now. 5 balls left. Sweeps it towards the leg side. That's through the gap. That's looking good. Fielder gets to it. The batsmen get 2 for that. So Higgins up to 18 now off 9. 4 balls left in the over. That's a drag down. Hit straight down the ground. Batsmen will get 2 for that. They probably should have got more.
Well, these two Italian batsmen giving it a go, putting some valuable runs on the board. Simbarashi in, over pitched, and that's played away. It's probably going to be called a no ball, which is a free hit. Oh, that's the pressure, Simbarashi. What have you done? He's a big boy, he's at the Falcon batsman. Should imagine they'll be able to power the ball. And that's an amazing attempt. It goes unanswered. 2 balls left, 124 for 7. Zain Sabanda on 2 and Huggins on 20 from 2. That slap past the bowler is going to be 1. If they're quick, they'll get 2. Coming into the danger end, they hold back. Great fielding from the Peterhouse fielder there. Restricts them to 1 run. And now we go to the last ball of the innings, 125 for 7. Final delivery of the innings. Comes in to bowl. Good pitch ball, and that's going to be a stumping. That's 8 wickets down off the last ball. Great bowling from Simbarashi. Picks up his 2nd wicket. And Simbarashi gets 2 for 22 from his 4 overs. Peterhouse going to be batting shortly. Need 126 runs to win this game. Tune in the next 5-10 minutes. We'll resume commentary, which should be an exciting final innings to the preliminary, and see who faces Hellenic in the final.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to St. George's College for the 2023 Smashing Cricket, the Cabs Smashing Cricket Fest 2023. So we've got Falcon College taking on Peterhouse in this encounter. Peterhouse will be looking for a resounding victory, to get themselves to that holy grail, the final. So Peterhouse needing 126 runs to win from their 20 overs. Falcon setting 125. Nick Anderson and Simba Mudimu. These two have been exceptional. I haven't seen an opening pair do as well as these two have all weekend. With all due respect, I think 125 for the batting lineup Peterhouse have might just not be enough as far as I'm concerned. So it'll be Anderson to face the first ball for Peterhouse. And off we go. Just hopped on its way, really. Just pulls it. 4 runs, easy as you like. What a way to start. Required rate of 6 and over. Going at 4, just off the first ball. What a start.
Yeah, saw the bowler come in to run in. I thought, okay, this is going to be a challenging first over. But old Nicholas Anderson made it look like he's been batting facing his bowler all day. Benjamin comes in, short pitched, and that's hooked, and it goes right over. Catch to the edge of the bat, flies well over the wicket keeper, and that's 4 runs. Nicholas Anderson has come in to say we're going to get that bonus point, we're going to race to it. 8 runs off 2 balls. Immediately the bowler's thinking, oh dear, where do I bowl the ball now? But I love the energy, him running in. It's got good pace.
Yeah, sure does, but Anderson managing to put him away on that occasion. Oh, coming back to him. So Benjamin here has finally come back in this over after those first 2 deliveries. Steaming in. And again, Anderson just hops on his way, pulls him, and gets it to the left-hand side of that man at fine leg. So what a start. 12 runs already. Peterhouse here on fire. And I did chat to both of them yesterday, both Anderson and Mudimu, where last year for Peterhouse, you had Simba Mudimu opening the batting with Ken Arnold, and Mudimu was on who, played that attacking role. Right at the beginning, so I see it's a tactic Peterhouse use where one of the openers goes for it whilst the other is meant to be there on the other end, just goes again, even bigger this time maybe, and he's going to, what a phenomenal effort in the field at deep mid-wicket. Umpires happy. What an effort out in the field, and that's what Falcon will need.
Oh, absolutely. Do you think we're seeing Bazball coming to 2020 as Warwick Schools cricket? Of course, of controversy in the Ashes, Australia complaining about the tactics of England, hitting out from the first ball in Test cricket. But lovely to watch. 14 without loss. Still in the first over. Benjamin comes steaming in, stops short of some movement or something not quite right. Umpire declares a dead ball. Tall, well-built young lad, Benjamin. And Benjamin resets, comes back in again, bowls the ball, short pitched, on a rise and right through the defences of Nicholas Anderson. Wiki takes the ball. And that's the end now of the first over. It should be 14 without loss after 1 over.
Yeah, just the start they would have wanted, and it's they're just carrying on with the form that they've portrayed all weekend. Where they are an aggressive side in terms of their batting, and it's worked for them thus far. Certainly, as far as I'm concerned, deserve a spot in that final this afternoon. So Hellenic Academy most probably will be playing in that final this afternoon. Obviously still waiting the result of the Wiseall game as well, because it's between those three teams. Peterhouse, Wiseall and Hellenic to play in the final. Peterhouse obviously defending champions. And Amodimu gets his first chance at facing. Beautifully driven. That is a phenomenal shot. Just wow. Vice captain of the side as well. He's really enjoying his cricket at the moment. You should have seen him yesterday in the afternoon. Stayed in the entire inning and was always in control of proceedings. Absolutely on fire here, this Peterhouse opening pair. No is the call. Absolutely no rush at the moment. Well, no need to, take any of those risky singles when you just keep finding the boundary.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Falcon set a medium-sized target. Nothing really to shout home about. But if Peterhouse can get the ball rolling, score on the board, quick runs, it puts the fielding side under huge pressure. Current strike rate 16.8, required run rate 5.84. So Falcon or Peterhouse are way ahead of the game. That's punched through the covers. Fielder coming in. They're going to come back for 2. These two are well experienced at running together. Easy 2 runs, and Simbarashi Madimu making his way back to the striker's end. Score moves on to 20 without loss in the second over. Bowler comes in again, pitches on the centre stump, played off his legs. Misfielding again by Falcon. Run into the boundary, pick up 2 runs again. Score goes to 22 without loss. Simbarashi on 4. Not quite sure if that's that's attempted pull off a centre stump. Ball rose over the stumps and into Wiki's gloves. We're here at the Madden field at St George's, and complimentary as to the state of the fields, the grounds here. Compliments to the groundsman. Great atmosphere with all the advertising tents. Bradley Rosenfeld's Brady W. And that's gone right through the fielder. And that as a bowler, that just makes you mad. That's the end of the over. 26 without loss. 27 without loss. After 2 overs, well ahead of the game.
Yeah, ticking along beautifully on this Peterhouse side. Not really giving Falcon a chance thus far. So Williams returns after his first over. So required rate is just about 5 for Peterhouse, and they're going at 13. So it's been a frenetic start for the Kings, by the Kings. Anderson on strike. Williams just changing things up in the field for a side. It's been such a good weekend out here at St. George's College. Beautifully bowled by Williams, but dug out by Anderson. Coming back for a second. Unfortunately, making it back in time. Unfortunately for the Falcon College side, but impressive running by this pair of Mudimu and Anderson. You know, you've always got to apply pressure onto the fielding side, regardless of how many boundaries you're hitting. Shorter one, and well bowled by Williams. It's lovely to see that, you know, he can change it up a little bit, different variations.
Yeah, that's quite a decent pace coming off the pitch. Good to see the bowler generating a bit of pace, get a bit of movement of the ball. But Nicholas Anderson is seeing that ball the size of a rugby ball. Benjamin Williams comes steaming in over the wicket. Played off the played off the stumps, punched it away, just easy single. Goes up to 30. 30 without loss after into the third over. Falcon captain must be thinking, what can I do to stem the flow of these runs? 96 runs need off 105 balls. Strike rate only 5.49 going forward to comfortably reach that total with a full house still to bat. Benjamin Williams comes steaming in. Low pitched wide and a single wide by the umpire. Wide down the leg side. Generating quite a bit of pace and bounce. Strong built lad. Benjamin Williams comes in again. Gets the wicket, bowls the ball. Misfielded by the umpire, by the wicket keeper, another wide. These extras are adding up now. Indiscipline so far by Benjamin, trying to get that extra pace out of the pitch and straying the last two balls. Benjamin Williams getting ready to come in again. Nicholas Anderson looks well set, 17 from 9 balls. Gets to the wicket, bowls the ball. It's over pitched but punched out. Going to get definitely a single. Takes the score now to 33 without loss. 34, sorry. 16. Current run rate 12.75. Required 5.31. Well ahead of the game. Benjamin Williams comes steaming in. Well, that's nicely flighted, but straight to the fielder. No chance of a run. One more ball to come in the over. And once again, shout out to all the sponsors, cabs, all the affiliate sponsors. Too many to name, but cabs very visible and being at the center of all sport, especially in the school sports in the country. Last ball the over, bowled short and just runs it off the bat. Fielded at fine leg, a wide fine leg should I say. Score goes to 35. Nicholas Anderson 18, 3 fours, and Simbarashi 13 with 2 fours. Strike rate, both of them above 150 for strike rate. End of 3 overs, just short of 12 runs and over at the moment. Captain talking to the bowler. I wonder what words of wisdom he would be imparting to the bowler now. Comes the bowler. First ball of the new over, punched straight past the bowler, down to long on. Easy single. I think this is Bradley Wenzel, if I'm not mistaken. .36 without loss. Comes in, that's hooked off his feet and right to the fielder. Excellently fielded there. Saved a definite 4 runs. They go through for a single. Captain applauding the fielder there. Score moves on to 37. And Simbarashi Madimu on strike. A number of players, especially batsmen, have stood out over the various teams that I've seen. Ready comes in, that's scooped away, that's going to run past, that's going to run for 4. Played it down through between gully and square leg. 4 runs, score goes up to 41. Bit of a wide bowling there. Trying to generate a bit of extra pace and movement. But Simbarashi Madimu has got his eyes, I don't remember him being out that I've watched commentating. Very solid. Bowler comes in again. Short pitch, but punched out past the fielder. Easy single. 42 for 0. And what's significant is Peterhouse just keeping the scoreboard moving. Very few dot balls. I suppose when it comes to bonus points, you're wanting to make sure you win the game by a comfortable margin with number of wickets intact. Net run over, runs per over. And that's now pulled off his legs. That's going to be 4 runs. Beautiful shot by Nicholas Anderson. These 2 batsmen are making the Falcon opening attack look very, very average. Nothing too exciting. But that's very comfortable batting from both these players. Oh, that's a valiant attempt by the Falcon number 8. That's 4 runs, valiant effort, young man. You know, you might be on the losing side, but to see fielders making every effort, putting their life into making sure they're protecting their team and the score. But that's the 50 partnership between the 2 of them. Peterhouse 50 without loss. Yeah, after 4 overs. There's a bit of a challenge on here between Wise Owl and Peterhouse. Not only need to win the game, but also need to be on net run rate. So obviously they're trying to finish off this game as soon as possible to stand themselves in good position to face Hellenic in the final.
Lots of refreshments, particularly close to the pavilion. You can be able to get some refreshments. Also make sure you visit all of the corporate tents that are here, whether it's real estate, whether it's money transfer.
New bowler is Huggins.
Make sure that you pass by and enjoy.
Huggins Macheke, I think his name is. I'll just call him Huggins M. Huggins Muchaka coming in to change a bowler. Looks like a medium pace run up. Left arm over, gets a lot of bounce. Quite deceptive, the pace of a short run up. Very well built young man. Required run rates come down to 4.8. So Peterhouse well in control here. Let's turn around the corner, straight to fielder. Easy single. Score moves on to 51.
Doesn't add much to his tally. It doesn't need to do much. It does the symbology. Just need to control and drive the game. A very commanding position.
Huggins just changing a few things in the field. Left arm over. Generates a lot of pace and bounce, but that's square cut off the center of the bat from Nicholas Anderson. Sorry, puts him on to 31 and the score on to 55.
And that moves him now to 31.
I'm actually very excited by the range of talent we've got here at the schools. The batting technique looks very solid. Again, a short pitch, but pull around the corner. Just going to get an easy single. I hand over to my associate to take over.
So just 4 odd overs in, and Peterhouse all over. Machaka showing some aggression here for Falcon College. It's what this Falcon side will need, if anything, is to come off this attempt at defending their 126. Just punched straight back by Mudimu. So that's the end of the 5th over. 56 without loss for Peterhouse. Nicholas Anderson, 32. And Simba Mudimu on 19 runs.
One final over we get out of the power play, and Larry, tough times indeed. Can Falcon dig deep?
It's a very economical over from the previous bowler. Skipper of the side, Huggins might chuck up. Just conceding 5. Dylan Jenga is the new man in to bowl.
So change in option here. Dylan Jenga comes into the attack.
Old St. John's boy. Well, at the prep. Then moved on along to Falcon, where he's plying his trade now. A bit too full, and you're going to get dealt with. You cannot give Anderson something like that. Hopefully avoided anyone there. I'll tell you what, no ball as well, so it's going to be a free hit. Easy pickings for this Peterhouse side. You just cannot offer them something like that. You will get dealt with, and learning the hard way is Dylan Jenga. Not a way to start your over. Gives him another, and it'll be a bounce 4. Beg your pardon, not. So very good effort out in the field at deep mid wicket. Got to commend the hot Falcons are still showing, even when things aren't looking good at all for them. Still putting on a fight, rather. Cut by Mudimu, just a single.
I'm hearing a bit of a mess for Richard Trey at the moment because Vincent College boys have made 259 for 6 from their 20 overs, a century there.
Jenga returns a better length. And again, what a phenomenal effort on the boundary rope. Top work by that man at deep mid wicket. Anderson moving to 39 off of just 18 deliveries faced. 21 fours for this Peterhouse side. They require a further 60 off just 86 balls. Driven down the ground and can't pierce those fielders in the circle, and that ends the 6th over. Peterhouse 66 without loss. Unfortunately, it hasn't been great going for these bowlers thus far. Just apart from Machaka and Jenga, they've been more economical for this Falcon side.
66 without loss. Maybe that conversation in the middle, like, don't get out. Looking for a 10-wicket victory, most likely. And 60 more runs to go to achieve that. So power play over, done and dusted.
So as you see, the umpire signal the end of the power play. So all fielding restrictions are thrown out. Could something be on? Maybe on the boundary rope for the fielders, as we have seen this pair of Anderson and Mudimu. More than happy to, go at it properly. Find a few maximums. Machaka to Anderson. Owie. Gets across with just one.
Tries to ride the bounce on that one. Lucky for him not to go to the wicket keeper as an edge. But doing well for himself. Getting closer and closer to that goal mark.
It's just a break in play. Conversation happening out there in the middle. Machaka has been so phenomenal in terms of his bowling. Not so sure why he didn't bring himself on earlier.
Pounding along Andy, what was a victory of his fame
Coach just having to assess him after that head knock, which is a requirement. Got to look after the boys out there.
So just a little bit of a pause and play. Well, it looks like we're getting back into it. So just a reminder, Peterhouse 66 without loss. After 6 overs needs 3 runs.
Anderson seems all right. We're moving on now. Oh, valiant here for man at backward point. Gets to the man at third man though. Seems just a little too easy at the moment for this Peterhouse side. I mean, these two are phenomenal batsmen, yes, but going at it at whatever pace they want to. Best believe if they want to up the ante a little bit, you've seen that they can, and they have. On this occasion, Mr. Man at point is in business. Chaka, unfortunately, widening that one. Dabs that one, finding that man a point again, with just 2 deliveries remaining in this over. Happy to not have to take any risk. There's Modimu. He's been so economical and really, really good for his side. Has a skipper. Conceding only 4 in that over. Huggins. But Chop, look, after 7 overs, 70 without lost. And without loss, rather. Anderson, 40 runs. Modimu, 22, trotting along without much challenge, it seems, respectfully. I do say that. Certainly my favourites to take, to defend their title, rather, this Peterhouse side. Dylan Jenga comes back into ball after just his 1 over, conceding 10. Oh, looking to open himself up there, Anderson. Missing everything though.
So that is wide.
Guides that one to the man at square leg. Just a single.
Back to the striker's end.
was most certainly the arm ball. Just a single. Showing us that he actually can defend Simba Mudimu and not always attacking. No, it's easy pickings. You know, you've got to try and make it difficult for this Falcon side. They've got all of those fielders out on the boundary, and stumping attempt not going the way Peterhouse, I beg your pardon, Falcon would have liked. But I'm saying they've got those two boundary riders on that leg side, and as far as I'm concerned, they're actually not doing anything there because you're just allowing Mudimu to slowly pick away at their singles. So it's smart, sensible cricket here from Peterhouse, you know, just reading the proceedings. It's like, fine, we'll slow it down a bit because we're already way above the required rate. Only needing 49 runs with so much time still to go in this encounter. So after 8 overs, Peterhouse are 78 for the loss of 0. Too easy at the moment for them. Anderson 42, Mudimu 26. So Huggins Machaka will be returning to bowl his third over. Been so good for his side, just conceding 8 from those 2 overs. Six runs for Nicholas Anderson. And he takes himself to 48 runs, ever closer to that half-century mark.
Straight back over the bowler's head. Don't we love to see those strokes?
Still have one big game left later on this afternoon, which will be the Cup final. Peterhouse will be hoping to make it into that encounter to defend their title. However, so if you are watching this live stream, please do make your way out here to St. George's College for the St. George's College Cabs Smashing Cricket Fest 2023. Anderson pulls, and another 6. Nicholas Anderson bringing up his half-century as well. It's not his first one this weekend. Wow. Coming off just 25 balls, striking at a rate of 216. Phenomenal work.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch. I've been very impressed by both him and Simbarashi. But Nicholas Anderson, his style, his technique is 100% solid. I don't see many flaws in his prep. Peterhouse are well on their way now. Just a case of 36 runs or 69 balls. Simbarashi has been an ample partner supporting Nicholas on his way. 90 without loss into the 9th over. Shouldn't be too long before this game is over. It'll all be a matter of a case of run ratio, net runs, bonus points to see whether it's Wise Owl or Peterhouse who face Hellenic in the final. And that's lofted away again. It's high and far fielder. It watches it goes over his head. And this guy's not bowling badly, but Nicholas Anderson is just in such unique form. 3 sixes in this over so far. And this is putting the nail in the coffin, so to speak, this over.
Yeah, no, extremely brutal. Is Nick Anderson. 3 sixes in a row. Wow. You've done a lot sooner than probably thought. So that brings the end of this over.
That is the end of this over. Happens Machaka going for a little bit of tap in this one.
So the score,
So 97 without loss.
gets to 97 without loss for Peterhouse. Only 9 overs in as well, so still so much time left in this encounter, but we won't see most of that.
Comes back into the attack.
Pitched up, played off his legs.
Right on the stops.
Straight to a fielder. No addition to the score.
Barasha will be able to play.
Defended that, just back down the wicket. No further runs. It's punched to mid-wicket. Extra cover fields the ball. Bowler going through this over very quickly. Umpire just holds him back. Wait for the batsman to reset himself. Ball tossed up Foster, and that's hooked away. Pulled away. That's going to be a tight finish, but well fielded. An attempt to field it, put it that way. Ball goes racing past him, and 4 runs. Nicholas Anderson is just going from strength to strength. Wants to get this game done and finished. Just waiting for the scores to come up. Bit of team comradeship there. Wicketkeeper or the fielder bowler busy helping Simbarashi do up his shoelaces. Bit of brotherly love between the two teams. Good to see the spirit. Nicholas Anderson 64 from 29 and Simbarashi and Mudimo 27 from 30. And that's an attempted pull again off the center stump. Dylan Nyazenga in his 3rd over, a bit expensive, 0 for 23. Pitches it up a bit faster. Wicketkeeper decides, and that's the end of Nicholas Anderson.
Nicholas Anderson not able to see the innings through, but what a fantastic knock. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Nicholas Anderson. 64 runs off 31 deliveries.
Yeah, so Nicholas Anderson, been there 8 fours and 3 sixes, 30 balls, and he's built a solid foundation for his team. Pity he couldn't go right through the innings with Simbarashi. Win by 10 wickets, but it's a bit of ray of hope for Falcon. Lift their heads up. 25 runs needed and 60 balls. Dylan Nyazenga gets a wicket. 1 for 23 after 3 overs. It's going to be interesting calculations as to who faces Hellenic in the final after I believe Wiseal had a huge victory.
Yeah, it's going to all be super tight right at the end there. So Mr. Macmillan, he's also had a good weekend for Peterhouse behind the wickets as well. So yeah, they'll be looking to wrap this one up super quickly. And you know what, just catch a little break before a possible final. So new man in for Falcon with the leather is Darren Nubeb.
And if he can pick up a fiver in this over, it will definitely be game on. Strays down leg side and just clipped round the corner by Simraj.
Just clipping down and down and earning themselves some more strike rotation. Macmillan to face his first delivery in this. Beautifully cut. Just will earn a single off of that one. It has been such a showing of phenomenal, you know, set batsmen who are all in form and are so technically correct at the moment. You know, they know exactly what they're doing. They are so skilled as well, backing themselves. And they've just made this look so easy. It's been beautiful to watch if you are a Peterhouse faithful or a neutral, but not if you're on the other side, eh?
No, for sure. It's generally, and I mean, I can't, shout out to the coaches who've been the ones coaching these youngsters at school and maybe club level, imparting their experience. I think the batsmen, if I had to grade it, I'd say the batsmen are way ahead of, are a nudge ahead of the bowlers. We've got some great bowlers, some names, I won't call out names now, but just there's probably a 30-40% growth in the bowlers, especially the pace bowlers, learning to bowl pace, width and length, and when to bowl the slower ball, the ball out the back of your hand. The bowlers that are bowling swing, whereas batsmen, the technique is solid, and very impressed. Whoever's the coaches, that's a massive hike there. Hoik over the wicket, off his toes. That's 6 runs. 111 now for 1. Simbarashi Madimu, 35 now from 34 balls. And that's now the end of the 11th over. Nelson, 1 for 1. If you're a suspicious person, a batsman, a commentator normally doesn't comment until the score goes to 1-1-2. Don't want to put a curse on the batsman. So 111 for 1, going into the 12th over. Darren and Kubi is the bowler coming on. No, is it back to... Toss that up, plays it back past the bowler. Straight drive to long off. Dylan Nzenga, 1 for 24 from 3.1 overs. Good ball, bowls it, plays it off his legs. Just punches it out on the offside. Required run rate, 1.62 runs and over. It's never in doubt. Just a case of pride for Falcon, just to keep their heads up. I've seen some great talent in all these teams. That's sliced away. Through mid-wicket, picked up. Thrown back into the wiki. "13 runs from 50 balls. Dylan Yusrenga coming into bowl. Flights it up. Batted out by Cam McMillan just into the covers. Easy run. 114 now for one. Simbarashi Madima has got the strike. Last ball of the over. Last ball of the 12th over. That's played out on the up, straight to the fielder. 12 runs needed. 114 for one. 12 overs, 10 extras. Pick of the bowlers so far. Dylan Nyazenga's the only one who got the wicket, so nobody really stands out. Falcon have been under the cosh from the very first ball. And Simbarashi Madimu looks very solid with the bat. Him and Young Anderson, solid batting start for Peterhouse. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with this coming season. They're going to the end of the school term. Darren Nkubi is the bowler coming for a second over. Ball's punched back by Cam McMillan back to the bowler. It's tossed up and that's struck over the bowler's head. It's going to be a wide. That's long on. 4 runs to Cam McMillan. Takes the score to 118. 8 runs required for victory. And comes Darren Kubi again. Played into covers. Just to easy single. Cam McMillan moves on to 9. 7 runs required from 45 balls. I mean, this is a walk in the park. It all comes down to net run rate between Wise Owl and Peterhouse. Well, that's played off his legs by Simbarashi. Going to be easy single. 6 runs now required from 44 balls. 2 balls left in this over.
Score now 120 for the loss of 1. 6 runs needed to win. Captain Simbarashi 37 not out.
How you doing? 6 runs more required. That's punched out. It'll be easy single. They might get 2, yes. The fielder's coming in from the boundary. Very easy runs there. 4 runs required. Half a run per over. And that's paid out again. Same shot, duplication of that. They're going to take 1. They're going to come back for 2 again. Cal McMillan just punching the ball out. Nobody at mid-on. 13 overs gone. 2 runs required for victory now. Compliments Peterhouse. We knew they were a powerhouse in their batting. Falcon put up a valiant score, but were under the cosh from the minute they started. Unfortunately, the lower end didn't really bring much to the table. But Falcon can go back to Bulua knowing they've done their best. They've held their heads up high and brought some real entertainment to the crowd. I have noticed some excellent fielding. The fielders throwing their bodies around to try and prevent the runs. That's compliment to them.
So, Captain Huggins Machaka to Captain Sibarasha Limu. That's that one down.
So the scores are now even.
Ladies and gentlemen, scores are level. Peterhouse 125 for 1, needing 1 run to win.
One more run to win. Absolute formality. Never a doubt. Huggins preparing to come in and bowl. Campbell Macmillan on strike, 13 from 9 balls. Wonder if he's got in mind to end this off in style. Huggins comes in, played off, and there's a winning run. Played into the covers. Easy stroll for Peterhouse. They've won this game very comfortably by 9 wickets.
Over Falcon College, Peterhouse are in the final. Sibarasha Limu ends on 38 not out.
Fantastic batting from Simbarashi Madima, 38 from 40 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. And ample support for Anderson, and setting a solid platform for Peterhouse as they prepared to defend that total. Fantastic cricket to watch. Another great game. Schoolboy cricket in Zimbabwe is very healthy indeed. We now await the final, just final confirmation. The calculations will be done. Need to get confirmation whether it is Peterhouse who face Hellenic in the final. But we'll be back with commentary on the final. If you're sitting at home, spread the word, spread the link. Get people watching this exceptional cricket. There's not a huge crowd in the ground, but it's certainly a decent crowd. Enjoying the climate, the sunshine, the cricket, the atmosphere, and some excellent entertainment.